Hi, my name is Zainab. It's Maringa Zainab, the author, and I'm not so new on Instagram. I also have another channel, still on Instagram, but it's Glamour with Zainab. But there it's mostly about interior designing and all that. But I have two channels, so there's that one, and now there's this one. So this is mostly about my writing and any inspirational stuff. It's just a motivational platform. Like I said, it's a motivational platform just for you. I have the same platform on Facebook and on YouTube. And yeah, so I'll be talking about different topics from time to time. The whole point of creating this page is encouraging people and making them feel that in this world they're not alone, and whatever they're going through, they're not the first people to go through the same situation. People have gone through that moment, but how you perceive, how you handle the situation matters. Okay, so the first topic that I'll be talking about today is before I talk about this, there's something I wrote on my previous post. This is the second post. Okay, so there's something I wrote previously on day one. Yeah. So today is day 2 of 2026. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about just among the posts I have on Facebook. So it's just an extract, and I'll be going through it, and I'll also post it. Okay, so I'll proceed. I posted it on 26th November 2025. That was the last post. Yeah, okay. So it says, if you gauge your success or steps based on how someone else is moving, you will get disappointed. Everyone has a timeline to receive, so by comparing your improvements to another's will not help, but make you feel stuck. How about you try looking back and see how far you have come? So that way it makes you see you aren't stagnant. You are just moving slowly. Plus, your neighbor's journey may have begun way back before yours. So always be grateful for your success. Whenever you feel the urge to compare yourself to them and sulk, be grateful and understanding, and you will receive more. You will never feel empty. Basically, almost the same post like the one I posted on New Year, whereby I said, if you keep being sulk, or if you keep complaining that everything is going wrong for you, you will always see that nothing is working out for you. But the moment you start appreciating every little thing, it doesn't go right always, but we always have to be positive on how we handle situations. So in explanation, if you gauge your success or steps based on how someone else is moving, you will get disappointed. Never ever compare yourself to someone else, because you don't know when they began their journey. You don't know how hard it has been for them to get there. But now, as humans, the only thing we see is the result, right? Maybe you've known this person just yesterday, so you'll see maybe this person has a nice car, this person has a nice house, but do you know how long they've waited to have that, whatever they're having at the moment, whether it's a child, whether it's a job, whether it's a skill. And talking about skill, it's never too late to discover a skill. There are times you will discover something about you, and then you think, oh, how comes I never knew about this all this time? You feel that you wasted a lot of time before. But let me tell you, it's always the right time. Whatever comes in your life, it is always meant to come at that moment. Because why didn't you think about it before? It's not that you are ignorant, but it just happened. You thought about it that time, and you think all those years, if maybe I could have done 1, 2, 3 things, I would have been very far by now. But it was not meant to come at that time. It was meant to come at the moment that you are in. So yeah, that was about skills. So back to my point, just live by your means and appreciate whatever you're doing at the moment. And like I said, everyone has a timeline to receive, so by comparing your improvements to another's will not help but make you feel stuck. It's true. Because trust me, you've been doing something and you've been okay, very much okay with it. But then someone comes along, you look at them and you think, why am I so behind? But you were moving in the first place. Then someone came along and then you noticed that you've been doing something the wrong way, or you've been lagging behind. Let it be that when someone comes into your life, may they challenge you in a good way to be the best out of yourself, but not that person being in your life to make you see that you've not been doing anything for yourself while you've been doing it. So that's comparison. Never compare yourself to another person. Just whatever you see others doing, you may learn 1 or 2, 3 things from them, but doesn't mean that because you're slow, you're not doing the right thing. As long as you're honest with yourself, as long as you're sincere with what you're doing. But if you're lazy and you just seated there, of course you'll have that guilt, I'm not doing anything, which is true, right? Yes. And how about you try looking back and see how far you have come, so that way it makes you see you weren't stagnant. How about you try looking back and see how far you have come, so that way it makes you see you weren't stagnant. You weren't stagnant at all. Just look at where you were yesterday, okay? So you say you've begun a new year, okay? Okay, for me, like I said, 2026 is not just a new year. It's a phase. It's the next phase of 2025. So I don't feel like it's something new, because it's just a journey. It's just a continuous journey for me. That's how I feel. Yeah, I don't feel like it's something like I have to keep renewing after 365 days, after 366. No, it's just an elevation, a chance to keep going up and up, looking back at where I was yesterday and improving, using the past, whatever I learned in the past, to use it to get ahead, And that always comes to you not competing with others, but rather compete with yourself. Just look at where you were before, and that is where you'll know that you're not lagging behind, because look at where you were yesterday and where you are right now, and keep moving. So you aren't stagnant. Just people are different with their paces, and you can't compare. The right hand and the left hand are never the same. Even with siblings, the first child or the second child or even twins, however much we may look alike, but there's just something about one person that is different about the other person. So you can never be the same with someone else. So never compare yourself to another person, or you'll end up having headaches for nothing. And then plus, your neighbor's journey may have begun way back before yours. I talked about that. So always be grateful for your success. Always be grateful for your success. Trust me, you're the only person who can be sincere and grateful about what you're doing. People may praise you, but are they honest about that? You've built a house, you've bought a car, you've started that business of yours. Can they really say that they're sincere on how they appreciate you? A few people will do that. And don't wait for other people to come and congratulate you while yourself, you don't see it. Okay? So be proud of yourself in what you're doing. And always remember that you're the only one who has your back as the first person. However much you'll be given praises, and however much you'll keep comparing people, you need to have your back at all times. Never lose focus on yourself. Always focus on yourself. However much you compare your journey to another person's, do it for the right things, like being encouraged and learning in one or two things that they're doing. It's good to check on how people are doing, not because you'll compare it to what you're doing for the worst, but by learning one or two things. It's like having that person you look up to. You're in the same journey, in the same business, in the same studies. It's good to check on what they're doing and learn one or two things from them. But never sulk, never use that as an opportunity to compare yourself. Because the worst thing you can ever do is giving up on yourself and hating yourself. Because, whatever appears on the outside and how you take care of yourself, it starts from within you. And the worst thing that you can ever do is giving up on that inner you. Because trust me, you'll feel tired and it will show in the physical. Because in the day-to-day life, maybe something happens. It starts from within, right? You feel you're tired, you feel you're overwhelmed, you feel you can't go on. And if you keep telling yourself you can do it, you can't do it. But if you keep encouraging yourself, being positive, trying one or two things, the world is still not over. We're still alive. Every new day is a chance for us to keep doing one or two things. That's why we are alive, because there's always a purpose for that time, right? So yeah, that will be all for today. I'll be seeing you on the next session. Thank you for listening so much and have a blessed night. Bye.